thanks to you because you have trusted in me and you have given me so much confidence that I can do it. Just because of that, I was able to do it. It just started in like 6 months back when I thought that I should go with this. And all of a sudden, I was like hit with a video on Facebook of yours. And from that, I got inspired that I can do it because you were like so enthusiastic in that video, and you were saying like you can guarantee the success if someone follows your roadmap. So I was inspired by that, and I thought I should give it a shot. And then I started, but there was many mishaps in the very beginning. Like I was facing once I completed the training course, I got sick at that time, and for almost a week I was unable to do anything. So afterwards, when I regained again health and I started to do things, so I lost a very near and dear one to me. Because of COVID, he was like a fatherly figure to me, and I was really in a setback, and I was unable to give proper time. After that, when I again discussed with you, and you again like motivated me in order to do the things, I was very much adamant that I'll be able to do it in a very short period of time. And again, I started the effort, and I targeted myself that I'll be able to complete it in 7 days. And all the rest of my colleagues that were in my batch, they were also like very sure that I was the one who will be able to do it before time. But again, it wasn't destined. I met with an accident, and in that accident, my right foot got fractured. So I was unable to give proper time at that. Due to that, it took a lot much of the time. I was unable to walk. Even I was unable to get off the bed, and it was really hard for me. And 5 days before, my plaster got removed, and then I again like started. I should fix a date and do something, but there were some mishaps with my within the family as well, because I was responsible for all the household tasks and all the things for my family. So it was very difficult for me to manage the time, basically, as I was working almost, you can say, uh, 9 to 5 is not a thing, but I was working from early 7 until late 9 to 10 p.m. At night. And afterwards, I was like very much confused, like how should I give time on regular basis? So it was very difficult for me to manage the time. But somehow I decided like I have to do this. And then I break down all my activities and scheduled my time, that what is the proper time that I can give it on daily basis. Though it was very short, because as we used to have discussions, you used to say to me like you are performing very low as compared to the rest, because you can do more than that. Why aren't you not giving proper time? Because I was daily, I guess I was giving you the results of only one mock, whereas you were saying like people can do 3 to 4 mocks in a day, and you were only like giving the output till one. So I was very much short of time, and I was thinking like, okay, slow and steady wins the race. So I should be consistent, and I'll be able to do it one day. So today is the day that I've done it.
Yeah, today is the day. Now that's a very important thing, that I have to motivate you, I have to push you, because the circumstances you were facing, the troubles you
Right.
were, if I was lenient, it would have been very difficult to
No, no,
reach the borderline. Because
no, no.
some, yeah, that if I say, okay, you are doing good, you are going good, then you said, okay, I am doing good. So that's not an important thing, because I
Right.
believe that we need to work, we need to approach the goal, and we did it, and that's an important thing. And what happened last night?
So last night it was really terrible for me as well. I got some notes from you, and I was about to study them, and I got free at like 6 p.m. From my daily tasks, and I was trying to give that time to those notes, and I need to revise all the things and to do all the preparations, final preparations, I must say. All of a sudden, like my eldest sister, she got really sick, and we had to take her to the hospital. So I was very much afraid I won't be able to make it. Even I was like thinking that most probably I won't be able to give the test, because I got free at like late night from the hospital. And when I came back, I was very much exhausted, and I was unable to even revise the things. Then I again, first of all, I thought like I won't be able to do, but then I muster up the courage, and again I thought like, okay, now we can plan it. It's now do and done thing. I have to do it. And then again, I planned myself. I just took 2 hours sleep, and then I woke up at midnight, and I started to go through all the materials and work with all of the things that you have asked me to do. So I did it, and even early in the morning, I had to leave my kids to their school. So I woke up early and I dropped them to the school, and then when I went to my center.
Okay. Now let's
Uh,
talk to the real thing. So what happened in center? How you manage that time? How you went through all those things? Please.
Okay, sir. Now coming to the center, I was at the center 1 hour before my time. Actually, I thought it should be good enough if I can find the location before time. Though I have took help of Google Map, but it was good for me to be there because I got familiar with the environment. I got familiar with the person over there. He was very kind and supportive. He guided me through the process that I'll be going through, and then he also briefed me about the time schedule and the process the test should be taken. Before the start of the test, he has asked me to provide 2 photo IDs of mine that I have given him my driving license and CNIC for verification. And then he took my signature impressions and a picture of mine. And then he asked me if I want to continue with the test, and I said yes, and we pursued with the test. And before, when I started with the test, there was a screen. And it contained all the instructions in the very beginning. When I logged in, it was like kind of steps that were to be followed, and it was a demo of the screen that what I'm going to be using. And there were like options like how to highlight things, how to subscript things, and how to put flags on the questions that you want to review afterwards. And the navigation was there. It was very thoroughly briefed, and I easily gripped it, and then I started my test. When
Okay.
I started with the first half, I was very speedy in the beginning, though the questions were one-liners in the first part of my test. Like first 60 questions, they were all almost one-liners, and it was very quick for me. When I finished with the first part, so I was left with 160 minutes. So I took break. After the break, when I came back, the next 2 parts, they were really very challenging. I was very happy in the beginning that the test is quite easy. But when the second part started, all the questions were like 4 to 5 liners. I was literally like, I was thinking that it will be really tough for me to complete it because I was started to getting exhausted. But somehow I started to manage it. And when I completed the second half, I was left with almost 71 minutes. And when I came back, I took a break again. And when I came back for the third half, it was more difficult than the second one, because the third half, all the questions, there was not a single question that was a single liner. All the questions were like 4 to 5 liners, and they were literally very confusing. I was literally confused in so many questions. Then I started to flag them, but the speed I tried to maintain it. Though in the last section I was very tired, but I was trying to cop up with the time, so I didn't leave a single question. Even though the questions that I flagged, I tried to review them at the end, and only 6 of my questions, they went unreviewed, though I have marked them with the answers. So I guess they might be accepted. So rest I was able to complete on the time.
Mhm. Okay. So the question you marked it is considered like the question you put the answer different, you mark, you don't mark, that goes there. Okay,
Okay.
the last video I shared you last night. Were you able to say that?
Yes, I have seen that early in the morning. It
So
was really interesting, and it helped me a lot. Especially like it was very because it was very thorough, and it revised all the concept in a single go. So it was very helpful for me.
Yeah, yeah. It is my basically always my habit, my goal to have a last night call. But unfortunately, because of Adil was busy at hospital, we were not able to get the last call. So when I didn't get reply from him, I thought, okay, maybe he's sleeping. I didn't know that you were busy there. So I said, okay, let's send a video. At least you should know what can be expected. Okay, Adil, now you have done a lot of mocks, people process random. So exam was relevant to which mocks more?
Sir, I must say one thing to all the aspirants out there as well. Your questions are really magical and they are really helpful. I must say, like almost people domain that was on the majority of the questions. People was like everywhere. Most of the questions were for people domain. All your questions that I've practiced, they really helped me a lot. Even in the context of grammar, in the context of answer selection, it was really up to the mark. And literally, I came across like 10 to 15 questions. They were literally matching all the scenarios that you used to use in
Mm-hmm,
your
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
mocks. And
Okay.
the rest, they were also very easy, just because I have done with all the mocks and all the scenario that you have recommended me. So most of the questions were very much relevant to the mocks. So I'll request everybody to give as much mocks as possible, because it prepares you thoroughly, and it becomes easy for you to select the answers randomly, because the time is really short. If you are getting like 4 to 5 liner questions, it is really important that you should be able to manage the time.
You got majority question 4 to 5 liner.
Yes, yes.
Now
And
this is becoming this
that
this is
was in my
becoming more
second
of
and
a
third.
habit. Hmm.
Yes, and that was in my second and third part. First was literally very easy. It was like a one liner, not more than one liner. First was like this.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me this thing. When you were doing the questions, which area was more highlighted? Team, stakeholder, communication, which was more highlighted?
Sir, teams and a stakeholder, they were more highlighted. They both were more highlighted. I got a very few questions from risk. I guess 2 to 3 questions were there. And other than that, like there were compliance questions, right? Like almost like 10 to 15 questions were there. They were related to compliance. And other than that, there was one question related to the sun model.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and there was another question, one question related to the matrix, the power interest matrix. That was a kind of a matching thing. There, like there were options given that we need to adjust into the matrix. So
You cannot share the
so
exact question, but you can keep on sharing the context of the questions.
right, right. Yes, it was like this. Like in that matrix, you need to place. There were options given in the scenario form, that in which particular box of the matrix that this person or this key stakeholders should fit in. So you have to pick that key stakeholders from the options and put it into the matrix, a proper column in which it
Okay.
used to fit.
Okay. Okay. Let's Okay. So congratulations, Adil, on marvelous achievement. Mozam is saying how much you were able to score in people. How many mocks did you complete? So Abhishek Kumar is asking how many mocks you completed and what was your general score?
Okay, this is very important, and I would like to share, because when I was doing the mocks, I wasn't getting accept people. In people, my score was really good. I was getting 80, 80 plus, but in the rest of the mocks, I wasn't getting that much good. I was like between 60 to 60, 68 most of the times. So at that time, I was very much scared that I'm not fully prepared. I was unable to do. I won't be able to do that. But when I discussed it with you, you said like, don't worry about it, just keep doing the root cause, and it is really helpful. I Once I was done with the mocks, I used to do the root cause, And that helped me a lot, because understanding the concept was I was able to do with the help of the root cause. When I was done with the root cause, I was very much confident. Now I have a grip on this domain, and I can solve the questions really easily when I was done with the root cause.
Okay. How many questions we got on risk and quality? Mozam is asking.
Sir, like a risk, like there might be like 5 to 6 question max, and the quality related questions were also very less. I don't think so. Like more than like I won't be. I don't think so. Like more than 8 questions were from quality.
Okay. Okay. So what about procurement and other domains?
Procurement was there. Procurement was there. That was like I guess 10 to 12 questions were from procurement, and they were scenario based. Like most of the time, they were asking what type of contract should be there in this scenario. And most of the time, they were like there was a quarrel between the parties, and you need to sort out how to handle this quarrel in order to reach to a conclusion or a solution. So you should be aware like what were the strategies in order to solve these things. So it was very easy. It wasn't tough at all. And then coming to the cost part, I only got like 2 questions from the cost part. Like they were very simple. I didn't need to calculate anything. They were simple. One was like ROI based, and uh, one was like what the project selection should be if like you are given this much outcome. So that was kind of a selection and choice based. This was really easy.
Okay. Okay. So any question from critical path and scope areas?
No, sir, critical path was not there, but scope was there. Because scope has many questions in it. I cannot remember how many in total, but there were many questions related to scope, and they were quite long. Because when the things were like scenario based, and the question was very tricky, and it was like twisted in such way that the team is sitting and something is going on, and you need to put a full stop to the things, and you need to cut down the things, and you need to challenge the other person as well, and then you need to reach to a conclusion. It was twisted in such a way that it was very confusing. For a moment I was unable to understand the questions, and I have to go to the questions 2 to 3 times in such a scenario, because I was unable to grip it in the first attempt. So because they were lengthy and scope questions were really twisted, so one has to give a second shot to that. So I had, because of the mocks, I was literally in very much practice of thorough reading, and my reading skills got really improved. That's why I was able to read the questions very quickly. And I've one thing I've also noticed, like in order to attempt these lengthy questions, sometimes if I was unable to grip the whole scenario, I when I went to the answers were really, with the help of elimination technique, it was really easy to sort the answer for the question. So I don't need to read the question 2 to 3 times once I started the elimination technique.
Okay, okay. Now that's an interesting thing. So root cause elimination technique, understanding the context of the question, doing mocks, these are the things. Adil, your final advice, although you have given us a lot of information, your final advice for PMP aspirants.
Sir, my final advice would be like, don't give up, and try to be very much persistent. Because if you cannot dedicate a regular basis time for this, even if you can give half an hour or 1 hour on daily basis, that will be enough for you to get prepared really soon. I also did this for myself. I was unable the whole day. My day was jam packed, and I dedicated a time. Like I used to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and from 4 till 7 I used to study on regular basis during this time period, because I know
Mm.
my day was fully packed, and I dedicated this time. At this time there was no disturbance for me, so it was really helpful, and I was consistent. So I will request all to be consistent and dedicate a proper time. In that time, please don't use any kind of social media or your mobile or anything that will help you to concentrate. and you will be able to do it sooner.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so Mozam is asking how you manage the time. Like, Mozam, can you clarify the question? But you did share that how did you manage the time? It was
Right.
last 70, 80, 80, 70.
Sir, once I was done with the first 60, I was left with 160 minutes. And
That
then
means
when
70
I did the,
minute.
yes,
That
yes, 70 minutes.
means 70 minutes for the first section. And second,
Yes. And for the second, when I completed it, I was left with 71 minutes.
so you used almost 80 to 90 minutes in the second section.
Yes, it
Second
was really
section.
lengthy. Yes, it was really lengthy because all the questions were like 4 to 5 liners. It was one should be really, really good in reading skills. It's a must for everybody if such long questions are there.
Yeah, and you can develop those skills basically
To the mark.
while doing mocks. And doing mocks
Yes,
is the way how you develop. For everyone who asks how we can develop those skills, doing
yes,
mocks more and more. That's why I make sure you passes through so many mocks and you do it. Okay, so Adil, you know my mantra of life, each one
yes,
teach
sir.
one.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure your
Right,
team members have helped you. Jagan is saying congratulations. Vignesh, your teammate, is saying
thank you.
congratulations. Finally, you did it. He's very
Right.
happy that you did it.
So, so
Maruk is saying congratulations. MGS is saying
right,
congratulations.
right.
Uh, Okay, so the few questions again come up. Okay, dedicated and persistent, truly a good message. Was there a mix of procurement question for predictive and agile?
Uh,
So procurement
so no,
questions, yeah.
like most of the questions related to the procurement was from the agile portion. Predictive was really less, hardly one or two questions maybe there, but most of them were like a hybrid and agile. And hybrid questions, even in the like other domains, they were prominent.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Okay, guys, if anyone has any question, they can put it in a follow up. Zagam is saying congratulations. Mohsen Afzal is saying Zagam is basically over 20, one of the 2022 PM aspirants. Mohsen, you know Mohsen from the coaching calls. Okay,
Yes.
anything that was not covered in our material, anything.
Sir, almost everything was there because whatever I came across, I was fully prepared for that. As far as like, if I say, because I only followed your material, I did not go for anything else. Not a
Have
single
you
book,
read any book? Have you read any
not
book?
a single book. Not a single book. Even like I might say, when I became a member of the PMI, I downloaded the PMBOK, and still that is in my laptop as it is. I haven't opened it for once.
Do read now. Now, if you have
Yes,
time,
I did it now.
it's a good one. It's a good one.
Right,
After you
right,
become the certified PMP, I always say, after becoming certified PMP,
right,
do read the PIM book. Okay,
right,
now each one teach one. You need to help your team. PMP aspirant. You are in the PMP aspirant group, so we have 30
right,
30 PMP aspirant in the 2022 batch which just
right,
started. They will be needing your guidance. You need to guide them. You have still
right,
student from your batch 12. You need to guide them. Then 13, 14, 15, previous batches are almost clear, so you also need to help them. Whoever approaches you now, you will be like when you become the PMP, especially first week, it's like you are the groom of the community. So
right,
accept that thing, put it everywhere on social media. You earned it.
right,
Put your
right,
journey everywhere. So help other people. Each one teach one is the mantra. Second
right,
thing,
right. Yeah.
I want you to write the PMP question, exam like question. And there are
Okay,
60 PDUs that you need to earn to maintain the certificate. I will help you that. And
right,
finally, you had a very long, hard journey.
right.
Your
No
journey
doubt.
was one of the hardest journey I have seen. It was
Right.
not the longest, it was the hardest. So I
Yes, no
wish
doubt.
you best of luck. Now
Thank you.
enjoy. Maybe today have a good dinner. Okay.
Yes, sir. I
So
promised my kid because it's been very long. I haven't got them for outing anywhere. So today I promised them I'd take them for a good dinner.
yeah, yeah, you should. You should. That's you should celebrate with the success
Yes.
that you earned it. With that, thank you very much. Assalamu
Thank
alaikum.
you.
And